Africa Media, yeah. For news and entertainment, TDN gets the latest. TDN Africa Media, yeah.
It's a pleasant good morning. I want to welcome you to the program Salon Talk on TDN Africa Media. Thank you for joining me wherever you watch from. Mina Diana Koga.
And Mina Theophilus Gbenda.
Credible information, TDN at the station.
Inside the program today, we will bring you the headlines on some of the newspapers today. The new U.S. ambassador don't present a letter of credential to His Excellency President Bill. We'll bring you updates on the 15 medical personnel they suspend for the death of both pregnant woman, the belly woman, and the baby. And President Bill arrived in New York for the UN General Assembly under the integrated and resilient urban mobility project. SALONE will benefit from 50 brand new buses that will arrive in November. And police don't confirm, say they arrest 72 people during the September 11 illegal demonstration. This and more for you inside the program. Stay connected with me. We will start off with the headlines on the front page of some of the local tabloids this morning. We get the Concord Times newspaper, and on the front page of the Concord Times, hunger 78. President Bill arrives New York, joins other leaders in rebuilding trust and reigniting global solidarity. Convicted Dutch national in false claim. Finance minister takes steps to digitalize excise tax.
Then this is what I want to say. Journalists should actively speak out against issues that incite violence. Still on the Concord Times. We'll go to another newspaper.
The comments. Proof that President Bill mercilessly beat Samuel Kamara in the 2023 presidential election. Part 2.
Of volume 20. This should not be a headline.
It was local factor.
This should not be a headline. Number one, this is complete. People, traffickers, and asylum seekers holding a nation to ransom. That now we take about the comment newspaper. When they go to another newspaper.
On the front page of the Guardian Post, President Bill should wake up from his slumber.
Okay.
SLPP supporters disappointed. Cost of living crippling Sierra Leoneans.
Okay. Then this one I want to say, Hawa Tumbo apologizes to Musa Tumbo. So I think this is very important. Then this one I want to say, important message for the Chief Minister by Bure, the warrior. We'll take another newspaper. This one at the new newspaper we see, GBBI Times. It's a bringing news to grassroots. Well, they get two main headlines in there. It's a Hunger 78 welcomes President Bill as Sierra Leone's new Security Council non-permanent member. Then the other one say, new U.S. Ambassador Hunt officially welcomed by President Bio. We go to another newspaper.
The Calabash, President Bio attends 78th UN General Assembly in New York. Indian community funds 3-year-old boy's second medical treatment abroad. Finance Ministry introduces digital excise tax. And
he also say on the same Calabash newspaper, James Samba unveils compelling tale leading Sahr Electric to victory in 2023 OSVP competition. Then we take another one.
The SALONE compass as 3 killed in 9/11 protest. Power spills more blood. Corruption rocks lands ministry.
Then WHH conducts waste awareness survey. Alright, we take another one.
The modern series, Energy Minister addresses energy sector stakeholders. It reads, Ambassador Yungawu calls on Kazakhstan ambassador in Moscow.
Then the banner headline is President Bio leaves for the UN General Assembly. We take another headline.
Human Rights Commission condemns police high-handedness.
And that is on the SALONE Times newspaper.
SALONE Times newspaper.
Yes. The Sierra Leone Library Board celebrates International Literacy Day. The Safe Sisters train over 30 young women and girls on safety and rights in digital environment. The other one say, Connaught Hospital calls on ACC to help strengthen its healthcare service delivery system. Then the other one says, 16-year-old Salyuba breaks Mohammed Kalon's record. All right? Well, this is wonderful. We'll go to another newspaper.
The drone. Finance Ministry frustrates Kanjasi's efforts with 3 protesters killed President Bio to meet ICC prosecutor.
All right. Then this other one say panic grips officer staff. All landing from the drone newspaper. We take another one. Just hold on. We take another one just now. When at the A to Z newspaper, it said Dr. Simeon Owiskroma suffers from witchcraft attack. Let me go over that again. Dr. Simeon Owiskroma suffers from witchcraft attack. And I think this is the only pathologist we have in the country. So if you get witchcraft attack, then a serious problem. Then from grass to grass, Sierra Leone excels at United Nations. RSLAF personnel benefit from U.S. military advisors training. Then the other one say 36-year jail slammed on Okada rider for murder. Then the other one say Sierra Leone Bar Association and SLBA. I don't know that the Bar Association. So let me just read it as it is. SLBA president urges journalists to strengthen national cohesion. We take another one.
SALONE 9/11 protest. The Provincial Times say SALONE 9/11 protest, 4 killed, dozens arrested, economy shut down.
Okay.
2 Kush vendors remanded. Wonderful.
Then the other one say build good relationships to foster peace. And then they quote the Minister of Information. Build good relationships to foster peace and national cohesion. Then the other one say $40 million electricity debt to Paka power ship plunges Freetown into darkness. Then you get the Open Space newspaper. It said to block illicit trade, digital excise tax stamps, finance ministry's big game changer. Then the other one say, as citizens take NetPage and Jamas Shallop to court, Right and Co. writes Open Space newspaper. Then the other one say, Chief Minister engages legislative judiciary on achieving Big 5 agenda. Then the other one say, NACIT engages SLPA staff on pension plans. Well, that are the last newspaper we get in front of we. Dana, well, and tell me last, don't forget. What do you take on
There's
the
one very
newspapers?
interesting headline where I will really like for go into details of that story day.
Alright.
Where again for doing 16-year-old breaks Mohammed Kalon's record.
Oh yes, yes.
You know, because as Sierra Leoneans, we want to see more success, more achievements. Them, I don't know if like in the area of football, whether that's the try for.
Well, it is quite likely because we are dealing with the newspaper front pages. So, but then it will be an assignment for we now.
Exactly.
For go get the details.
We
go definitely bring out the details because when we saw the bring out the details, we will just talk on the surface. Later we bring out the facts, right? So it says 16-year-old Sahr breaks Mohammed Kalon's record. Of course, it could always be on sports.
On sports.
So what else do you know Mohammed Kalon for?
maybe there's another Mohammed Kalon.
Oh yes, that's good. All right. Then we will count the details definitely. Then this on the same newspaper.
Yes,
Connaught Hospital calls on ACC to help strengthen its healthcare service delivery systems. The ACC.
I don't know why they call on the ACC, why they not get an administration, why go able for put systems in place.
And again, the medical board,
Exactly.
apart from the Ministry of Health, you get the medical board. So I think
it might be there are maybe some signs of corruption when make they call in the ACC. We never can tell because for me, I don't think say the first step for taking for call the ACC.
Okay.
As you talk about the medical board, I think they therefore make sure they find ways how they for address this issue.
Yeah.
If only it is within their own reach for handle.
Alright.
Maybe if you don't go beyond what's in the not able for handle, then they call for ACC, maybe something fishy is on the ground.
Yeah. Because the ACC, they get their mandate.
Exactly.
So they know for
the limits,
they know the limits, they know the scope. Right? But this one I want to say, now the Duo newspaper, I see two headlines that they were captured in my mind. It says, Finance Ministry frustrates Candace's efforts. Well, you say you get this one basket where all the money they go. So if any ministry wants anything, they get to go through that basket. And for any Ministry of Finance release money, sometimes you minister yourself, you have to go and beg practically for any Ministry of Finance release money to you for do certain things there. And Candace is now grumbling that the ministry is frustrating his efforts, right? So too are other ministries. Other ministries are also, they are not fully capacitated. Some man, they budget for them, sometimes 5 billion for the year. Sometimes what they get for the whole year, sometimes 1 billion.
Well, again, I go look at the other way. Maybe the ministry they try for look at what they don't dispense earlier.
Okay.
But see they utilize their appropriately.
It's possible, yeah, it's possible.
Just they dispense money to
That's true. You have to retire.
the different ministries.
Yeah, right.
Without they no give spending money.
Not good,
On that Candace they say they don't improve electricity from 14 to 35%.
Okay.
So if the ministry normally they support them, normally they give them the adequate resources, they're not going to improve supply.
Well, I know, but what they say here is that the fact they say the minister's efforts are being frustrated by the ministry. It means whatever they have been getting, it's not so much to change the electricity landscape in the country. So that is exactly where he is coming from. Right? Then this other one is say, who is fooling who? They put, I see the logos of NRA, Africell, and Orange. And this guy for do with that GST on money transfer.
Yeah.
Now, the mobile phone companies then, they say they ask for clarification as to who signed the money for commode. Whether not from you, when they go send you money, now then they pull the GST, or now the commission, when the mobile phone companies that they get per any server they send, or for what source. So they said the NRA need to clarify that. But as far as NRA is concerned, NRA said the money for the commode from the commission. where the mobile companies that they get. And already the mobile companies, they say, government is getting about 25% of the net profits. That the net profits, government they get 25% by way of taxes. And they get all the overhead costs, they have to stay in business, and all the kind of things that they. So the question is...
The point where the mobile company make the tax where they get, not all this mobile money transfer. You know, in other countries, they tax mobile money transfer. The only problem with this mobile money transfer at this particular time,
it's not about
we don't say already then at the Finance Act.
Yes. No, the question is, where will GST come from?
Well, the other information are very clear. It's not possible for make it come out from the mobile companies they begin. Now the end user, we get for suffer, the customer they get for suffer.
No, obviously,
there's no two way about it.
Because many of you to say they really need to sit back and talk about this with an open mind, with us,
there must be
clarity in mind. Otherwise, I will say the NRA boss for just put this thing aside first. Because that's like I say, if it is not solved, at the end of the day, the mobile phone companies they get where how do they get the money back?
And honestly speaking, the GST they cost more than the charges they already take per mobile transfer. 15%. Could you imagine?
So okay, well, Human Rights Commission condemns police high-handedness. Anytime about demonstration, somebody has to die. That is why I am totally against demonstration.
You see the reason why I've been calling ask you whether the area be quiet and
no, yes, yeah, you're right. When you get to ask,
it was 10 minutes somehow quiet and peaceful.
Exactly.
But unfortunately, in the east, I mean, understand say there was some.
No, if I'm the eastern, I don't tell you like a sometimes
because you can't put your security in the hands of the police. You can't.
So that's the problem.
You can't. How on earth police are not able to handle situation? You're not able to arrest, fire tear gas, arrest people.
Sometimes
it's bad.
No, much as it is bad, it is also bad to demonstrate because you're not expecting the policeman they go team up. But when they come, they advance on them, they don't take action. Sometimes the only way to remedy the situation is to fire some shots up. I mean, no, that in extreme cases, you have to fire to kill somebody. That is what is bad about all of this, which is what the Human Rights Commission is condemning. That the police never get where.
There has not been a single protest where they don't kill like this.
Of course, well, in fact, the last protest may be more bloody. You see the kill policemen and all. Seriously? But what's good now that the protest not been reached inside the main city area. Otherwise, more people would have died, more things would have happened. But anyway, we're going to talk about the protest action. Okay. So let me just take one or two more.
I think there was another headline where you will find very interesting. I want to go.
Oh yes, yes. I want to go.
For what?
I want to go.
Apologize for what?
But you know, I want to go. Yeah, Musa Tobo, they are legally married. In the first place.
They are separated now.
Oh, they are separated. Well, now they say I want to go. It don't look big. He said, but no, but let's go talk to that man. It look big. If we're not go and they beg the boy. And then they are look for but you see, man important too.
They are tired.
Women are very important.
That's why they go to because the things that women is in social media. You know, for me, anyway, everybody you will protect you by those, but there are some extent where you for no.
Well, so I mean a kind of immaturity on the part.
Both of them.
No, more on the woman.
No, don't say on the woman. Not blame the women. Not to
no, I'm not blaming the women.
Both of them.
We are talking about a specific woman. We are talking about a specific woman.
And Musa, again, for me, not too mature for saying her husband. You don't know how to behave.
So, therefore, the lady more mature than Musa Togo. And in talk and say, Musa Togo na in Pekin. Well, like in the men. So, if anything, I information say, it's able for many things. But look at it now. With all the social media, I don't go on social media, I don't talk all kind of things, don't
exactly. Both of them.
Then now, look at all.
They go apologize.
They go apologize. No, if you don't say Musa Togo, well, I don't know how to, but it look a small issue. Whether spiritually, Musa Togo. If they say one time they don't go about football, they say inside the box, now it's almost like put them down. They have put them down. The next moment, they say you don't go play one small league. So which means he has some spiritual issue where I think say I want to go for them be one person for help him out. Right? Now look at it. They say, if going by this newspaper is anything, then it's how to go? To go big. Because he knows the value. He knows the value of Musa Tumbo. You should know about
I understand say you want to go for reality shows. So all that maybe that one of the contributing factors.
See? So much as
when they want to gain more fans and more waiting, so they can go.
Yes. Much as we value much as we value what I do over there, we not say for recognize equality.
Well, what I can say, let them try for ensure that whatever happened at the matrimonial
it's the indoors, exactly.
From the public.
Now that has
but both of them not behave maturely for me so far.
You're right. Okay.
For saying things, negative things about your wealth. Likewise, you said the woman, they say that to the public, it's bad.
So many things.
They give bloggers the information,
exactly.
things them.
They allow people
that they can't say that you apologize.
They allow people
nobody know one for if you apologize to your man. Now your man go apologize to her quietly.
Quietly.
And you can settle down. Exactly.
You see? So
but after the media they're not getting for
no, sorry, a big story. A big story because this is not show in the public domain, Diana. I don't always tell you in media work. When you open the news, if you close them. So now I'm also saying with all the rigmaroles, all the media bashings, all the this and that, how want to go according to this newspaper? They go kneel down in the beg, what's on the common eye?
Well, we need forgetful details. Why you decide to go beg Musa to?
Because of the importance of the man.
Yeah, Musa very important to him wealth and to I think everybody around them. And even to the country.
Yeah, enjoy yourself.
I don't know if it's part of the Youngsters team.
No, I don't know. It's somebody that's I don't know. But anyway, at one time they be Saka and come on at the national team.
I think they don't call them.
No, I don't know. But how long you go dismiss money, you call them back?
But again, it's
to rehabilitate the person.
Well,
no, it needs rehabilitation. All what it needs is love. He's a good guy. Not a go score for me, Anna. He's a nonsense guy. You know, go score that kind score there. Is he? So that can't see the day. But anyway, Hawatobo he gained more fame when he got associate himself with Musa Tumbo. Because the align with Musa Tumbo, it automatically turned him into a celebrity.
Okay.
So he has gained more than the man has gained.
The celebrity, they don't work.
You see? So anyway, and as so goes, go over to the other main highlights.
Yes, we start with the very first issue. The ambassador, the US ambassador, don't present a letter of credentials to His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio.
Yeah.
It's a very well, the atmosphere was so good. You know?
Oh yes, that's in the president.
Yes. When they give the state house,
the kind mood when the president is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because it's like manna from heaven. And people are thinking like, oh, this is making because the outgone ambassador, he did not even go to state house to say, I'm leaving, sir. He just walked away unceremoniously, right? Unceremoniously. So, but this ambassador, he would not have come and just start working without first doing the most important thing of formalizing your stay in that office. You can see the president and the ambassador. I think the ambassador is very, he's a very healthy guy.
Yeah,
he's a very healthy guy. Wow. You can see our president. He always sounds like a military man. You know? You see, man?
What's a military?
Yeah, but the way they pack in post, for the smoke so now, they knock in chest. Enough for the next one now.
If you bad in face, but this if you don't give bad man face,
no, not true.
It's smile.
It's all smiles.
Yeah, all smiles.
You see. This ambassador, I think say he really get body.
Yes.
He really get body. Now sign of good living. You know, so those are the pictures from the State House team, so that you know that we are not just talking. I mean, we are showing you the evidence. And the new ambassador, he went to State House on Monday, as was announced by the press secretary. And like you said, they began a very, very frank discussion. I mean, and they began a very lively event to an extent that for the very first time in the history of the country, and I stand to be corrected, the president personally sent a tweet You know, just show you the kind of, you know, just show you the kind of way where the president really, you know, welcomed Namadi. He sent a personal tweet, something that could have been done by the press secretary or by the information minister. Our president sat down,
but I think that,
and tweeted.
Not a new thing. He always.
No, I've not heard about that.
I've seen it before.
I've not heard about that before. It's unprecedented.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. Let's wait and see.
You know they follow on Twitter. You follow President Bill on Twitter.
Oh no, I don't. I'm not. I'm not one of his fans.
You know?
I'm not one of his fans. It's your president. That's not that made me to be.
No.
Okay, what's me? Dana, you not Mama Kalin fan?
Yes, Mama Kalin. Yes.
But I'm not.
I'm a fan of
I'm never there to sport.
Yes.
I mean, no.
I didn't follow her. Always when you get a like.
No, Dana.
I'm on Facebook.
He is my president.
Yeah.
But when it comes to in social media space, I don't follow him.
You don't follow him.
I don't follow him.
And the type of follow most of leaders.
No, I don't follow people just like that.
Oh,
I don't follow people. So that's why I said I'm not his fan.
Just not an ordinary person.
No, he's my president, of course. He's my president. But he's my president.
Okay.
But I don't follow people. What I say is that I don't follow people in their personal spaces.
Let's move.
I don't. So that is the situation I would say. And so what's the other thing is that
you know what happiest person that the US ambassador represented letter.
I mean, not talking. I said if he not go hand over a letter of credence to the president, I will write an official letter to ask why. Because if you know to the US ambassador and a complete state house.
Okay.
Why? Because otherwise, if you never say where the kind of the country, you want to come like the way where the former ambassador go, then you better don't come. But you cannot come and say you know they recognize the protocols for go hand over a letter of credence to the president when mark your official beginning of duty. Because if the president is not officially aware of your coming as ambassador, then you don't have any rights to operate in the president's jurisdiction.
Okay. So, and eventually he did.
He did.
But there was no congratulating message.
Oh no! There was nothing. He was not there to. I told you, he was not there to congratulate our man. He was there to present his letter of credence, which is what he did. And then after that, today we are with the video where the U.S. ambassador they make a statement to the media because the media will not be there where the official handing over of the credence will take place. But they were outside on the other room waiting. So after that, the ambassador will give like 5 minutes talk to the media. But what did the ambassador they say? We will play that letter for now. If we not get it now, we can play anytime. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, or Friday, whatever. Yeah. But what's important is that he said, America for long don't be one of the main backbones of Sierra Leone and many other African states. And they say that relationship is going to continue, and that the U.S. happy that Sierra Leone now has a non-permanent status in the UN Security Council. Then they say U.S. will continue for support Sierra Leone. That's exactly what he said. Okay? So that's it for that.
So we move on now to the protest.
Okay.
The SALONE police don't confirm, say they arrest about 72 people there.
Oh yes, randomly. Random arrests.
Both young, old, woman.
Yes. They even arrest somebody when a 70-year-old. Yeah. So anyway, the commissioner of police, Brema Kamara, went in at the media one, or media, the spokesperson for the Sierra Leone police confirmed, say, as a result of the protest action that take place on the 11th of September, then a day before yesterday, a total of 72 people were arrested, from various places. So, and that the police, with the support of the military, they were able to forestall the protest so that you know take the dimension we will expose more people to danger. So as a matter of fact, it was a failed protest because the objective of the protest action was not met. And so therefore, if you know for say you want to go into a protest action and you want to achieve this, and you know how difficult it is to achieve what you want to achieve, then don't even start. Don't even start. That was what happened. Like I say, there is no justification for any protest action right now. For one simple reason, it will end up in chaos. Because it is already political. The moment you talk about protest, it is deemed to be political already. So, you're gone.
In our state, how many people have lost their lives?
No. Well, officially now, from what we know, 3 people have lost their lives. And many others received gunshot wounds. Yeah, because we see, for the first time, we see policemen who demanded they run after protesters, the whole cutlass. Oh yes, I see policemen who cutlass. I see so the pictures they did on social media. I mean, maybe I will show you some of the pictures there.
Are they going to charge them?
Well, the thing is that it is going to be a very, it's a very contentious issue. Because mind you, the government, we don't tell people to say, go about your normal business. So most of the ones where they arrest, they were randomly arrested. And most of them are saying, they were just going about their business. So how do you do it? How do you do it? You see? So they say, we were just going about our normal business. I went personally to talk to some of them. I said, how would they have your business? So tell them, I said, hey, Mr. Gbenda, would they have me? I don't do nothing, I don't know. They don't go and let me bow. And they throw me inside the truck. So now they want bought me head pan the iron. You know? They said, no, nothing. But he said, the president, a man that also say, look, don't go about to know our business. But when they arrest now, you already know. There's nothing at all. You see? It was a thief. Let's show some of the videos and pictures there from the
right for out. Right get down for I don't know so. You know that's what policeman they all they the all man. The right policeman they suffer we see that they suffer all they suffer. Well, man must go. Never produce the data. Never produce data. If I'm giving the result, I'm not calling for giving the result. Center by center. These are people, Lord. Mother for go. This. Let them give me. I put my God also. Let them give me what you want. Let them free. What you vote for? They demonstrate peacefully. What you vote for? They peacefully. What you vote for? They peacefully with the people there. They vote. They right. Mother must go. Mother must go for producing data. How they with me?
This is the way they happen right now at the beginning. Now life to way happen right now at the beginning. AYB people.
So like that. So if they leave past God, yeah? Now one man done now my city.
Okay. So as you see, this last one we are seeing now somebody with the fire in Belé. They see we swear the time. Yes, it possible say now one of the one that will die. Because they don't fire you now in Belé John. There's no hope for you actually. So
why for fire person in Belé?
Yeah, well, like I said, why if you go out again and protest? I'm not justifying.
There's not so too much crowd where you know where we're going to
go. Well, you see, now I cannot tell you. In Sierra Leone, the possibility for let the police there mismanage a small riotous situation is very likely.
So what are they doing?
Because they are heavily politicized there now. They are heavily politicized.
Police forget order before you fire a live arms.
One man died in Waterloo, Mr. Kalon.
They say the man is shopping.
Now in shop, like even
they
people.
Go fire. They probably they talk to them. They go fire.
They say now what APC man that they look for from where they talk the people that they did. They said it was now a matter of mistaken identity.
Can you imagine?
You see,
when they pack it,
so they go. When APC people, so you see, so it's already politicized. That's why I tell you, protest actions in Sierra Leone should be forgotten about. Then the authorities should not take advantage of that. They should do what they are supposed to do to prevent people from even thinking of going out to demonstrate. Right? So that is what I would say. Okay. Then so most of the people that were arrested, they say, we were not part of the demonstration, we were just going about our normal business as we are told by the government. Just like pay too. Now because of that assurance they make our go. You see? So that's the thing. Alright, so let's go to
the update on the 15 medical staff then.
Alright. Oh yes, oh yes. Oh yes.
As a result of the death of the pregnant.
Yes. So we will deal with this issue on Monday, but the information, I would make it clear, say the information be very sketchy. In other words, when we get all the details, but we will assure we listeners or we viewers, they say, we will come back because this is a very, very important matter. Now, very important matter, we say we will come back and give the details. Now, based on official sources from the ministry, 15 medical officials, including 2 medical doctors, yes, senior nurses, senior pharmacists, have been suspended. Right? This is a situation where they say a pregnant woman was lying in the streets and was bleeding profusely. So people that go to in aid, they say one a belly woman. A woman they wait around, they say this bleeding now for born. So many friend way for good woman now hospital. And the nearest hospital were specially established for take care of pregnant women and children, that the Kinama Road Hospital. They rushed with that woman to Kinama Road. The nurse did not even allow the motorcar to go inside. They said space not there. They said they made the all flop. So they rushed again to go to PCMH, another hospital where specially created for handle pregnancies, and picking business. Then when they go, they said space not there. So the people then became confused. They said this one not going to police station.
Exactly.
Many people not going to police station, not going to report. So they went to the police to report. Now when they're in the police now, one medical doctor be there around them. Now in call na Okupa hospital. He called the copy doctor. Now in copy doctor said, okay, medical woman. So the people go on the way now to Okupa, now the woman die. So in the last report, we said the Pekin, now he died. But now in this case here, the child was not even delivered because the woman died in labor. So as a result of that, the Ministry of Health jumped into the matter immediately and put the doctors that will be there on duty, on suspension, and the nurses and other people there. They even terminate the service of a consultant doctor, right? Because if for always there around, he was not there. So they terminate in contract Kinama Road Hospital. Now, the ministry they launched an investigation into the matter, and they will present the report to the chief minister and the other authorities them concerned for further action. So that's the fact of the matter.
It's so sad.
It's so sad.
It's so sad.
Imagine what that man go through.
Honestly. And they said no pregnant woman. You know for seeing woman they die when the football.
Oh yes.
Less of you go deliver now, you go for go get admission, they refuse you. They say bed no day. If now one small call and I know go put one bed there.
Exactly.
And now the woman they're able to watch in condition before they refer them. So this is really, really bad. It just shows how we treat we come to human beings.
Yeah. She died. She died, unfortunately.
So how they feel for you say the woman died?
Well, of course, we are sorry. We are sorry. We did not, you know.
Able for understand, as you explain, they can. Some people they meet this woman on the street. We in family there.
That's the point.
How come she end up on the street?
That's the
for
point.
people that meet on the street.
That's the point.
So I didn't say that for even go further for investigation.
No,
about the family, the husband and all.
You're right. They need proper investigation.
It need proper investigation, you know. Whose hospital we don't they go? Because you know, only thing the information they can want time to see the treatment they don't they give. Then make you get tired, when you begin go hospital, or when you get belly, when you get belly, from 3 months you don't begin go hospital.
Yeah.
So all the history, the information they can need their information
Right.
So when the husband or when the family member they were accompany and they left on the streets, because they are the first people were there for arrest.
Well, so we didn't teach them, but then we'll bring out the details. I mean, in subsequent editions. Yeah, we'll bring out the details on that again in subsequent editions for us to know how comes Duma end up in the streets.
Exactly.
I mean, how comes? No. So yes, so we'll take another issue.
We will move now forward with the integrated resilient urban mobility.
Oh yes.
It's a World Bank funded project that is support the Ministry of Transport and Aviation for decongest the city.
Yes.
For decongest the city and also for make the city go look. You know, it will let look like city. The city don't feel bad. I don't know.
So you're right
now.
So the column. The Sierra Leone Integrated and Resilient Urban Mobility Project, right? They establish new motor parks. They try for reduce traffic jams and make sure say the street is free for vehicular and human traffic and all that. So as part of this package, because of 52 million United States dollars. And like what you say, now a World Bank funded project. 52 million United States dollars. It includes.
It's co-funded by the World Bank and the government of Sierra Leone.
Well, I know it is a World Bank funded project.
The government also the
All right, that's good. Yeah. But for no more, what are the government they don't percentage into it? Well, you forgive the details because you at some time you are involved. So give me a background.
I'm not getting the figures right now, but it's both funded by the World Bank and the government.
Okay.
Large part of the funding they come up from the World Bank.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So in the next edition, we'll try to give more details on this as to what is coming from the World Bank and what is coming from government. Really, yeah. But it is coined as a World Bank funded project, whether the Sierra Leone Integrated and Resilient Urban Mobility Project. And part of this package, well, like I said, that 52 million United States dollars include the procurement of 50 brand new buses, 50, and a 70-seater buses. Now they will talk about 70-seater buses, 50 of them. And part of this project again includes civil works on infrastructure, where they take place in a ferry junction. You will see they fix the road and do other things. They also involve the pedestrian overhead. Right? Whether now Lumley and Wilberforce. If you go to Wilberforce, you will see that overhead bridge. You see people that use them. Although some people are grumbling. They say, "Hi, the other man where you go up the Hilton, pass the whole land, the count and done." Right? Then it also include the ongoing overhead bridges, Najue and Shell. Then traffic lights installations. If you go to this a large area now, you will see Kinema Road area, right? You will see they do some installation, but if the light will not be working actually, but we don't see the installations don't start. They will see the installation of new bus stations and canopy. They get canopy, very nice canopy. Then relocation of traders to this famous Sahr grounds market, in order for reduce the number of trading when it take place along the street. Then for make sure say the what they call Sierra Leone Road Transport Corporation, where even duty before just run government buses. Now they don't get a new mandate, and so they change the name to Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority, whether SLPTA, Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority. So now they get the regulatory power for set standards for improved transportation in the city and the country beyond. So we will say we will only wait and see what the end result of this project will be. We see work is ongoing. We will expect most of this work here for London self within these first 5 years of President Bio. You see, but they still go on. So if this project is successfully completed, just like what Diana said, it will give a big boost to the development drive of Sierra Leone. Let people that come now from outside, they can see something new, something much more organized. I mean, you know, so they can't see that no more. So
the idea of the bus then, now for make you will get you I will call it I want to carry the drive.
Oh yes.
SUV.
You can park us on side. You jump inside the bus then.
It goes so comfortable, and then I said they will get air conditioner.
Now so they happy. Now so they happy in London. Now so they go outside. You know you park your motor car in the corner.
Yes.
Nobody is going to take it there. But in the first place, when you go park your car, you then got somebody who can't from.
Exactly.
You don't like that.
So you see, even you know. This fee alone go up now, so use the bus there so it will be more convenient and it will cut costs.
Yeah, so like I said, we expect the bus to come in November. In November, the bus to come. Then, mind you, these are just 52 million dollars projects we talk about too. So imagine now, what is that MCC got for country for me? $450 million, Diana. I think if you know, for even get some flyovers. What do you think?
You know, it's not really easy, and I don't say the president himself going to think of how you were able to convince the MCC. But I don't think there's no way for convince them.
It's about the results.
It's about the results.
It's about the results. Well, now we've been easy.
Losing that amount.
Yes. We've not get a very easy way. Right?
So I don't all this while I don't praise the MCC. Now look at how it will end.
Because people are so political that Sierra Leone is second option. Their own political interest is the very first interest. And even when the president, even whoever they take an appointive or elective position, it is subscribed to the oath of office. And one of the things that is that the interest of Mama SALONE go there number one. But yeah, we see political interest being far more above the interest of the country.
They don't make noise when they get the past grants them from the MCC.
So all that was needed, free and fair election, bro.
And even if that self, they don't tell you, give me this data. What's in this?
No, they cannot.
President Bill will tell Kone, say, Kone, give this data where this money comes.
For instance, that 10,000 votes from Kagine, where will it come from, Ghana? It's not as easy as you are saying this. So that makes people not say,
you prefer you lost this money because of
see, that is what selfishness does.
Christ.
That is what selfishness does.
So what are your interests you put before?
Their own interest.
Not the country, not the people.
No, not the country, not the country, people. No, we are taught. We are
because that's just simple instruction you give.
Free and fair election.
This data.
No.
Within 1 week.
Well, if you say that just simple instruction for Guy to come and say present, who is going to give that instruction?
The president.
Diana.
Nobody else but President Bio.
Okay. So how if Connor was also instructed to do what he did?
Well,
how will he balance the equation?
Whatever way, I get the figures they represent.
So let me say, moving forward, we don't want any politician for head ECSL. It will ever begin in this country, Diana.
See, who is talking?
We are speaking, Diana.
Don't listen.
We will not sit down.
Don't listen.
Diana. Who's that force to begin? Eh? what's supposed to begin? Now this, they are going to set up the Constitutional Review Committee.
Yes.
We want to see who are going to be in that committee, Diana. Anybody who get political connection, we are going to say, get out of this.
I think you have to get like minds there.
No, we need to have
this
patriotic citizens.
Honestly.
No, Diana, we are in our millions.
We even nonsense was stop.
No, we even complete nonsense. Some man they call them bullshit.
Because they're not they listen, they're not care.
Yeah.
People they go talk now, they go. Someone don't tire for go and radio now for go talk. So the way you call them can't say, we don't tire.
Because
you talk for nothing.
No, but then the CSO divided, much as the media is divided. The CSO they divided. You get some CSOs them were closely aligned with the current government. Where even all this is happening, all get out, they don't congratulate the president.
They get one way get title. What is that title?
Infrastructure or something, I don't know. What they say, I don't know. CSO Mambu, they say don't America, sir.
Yes, they get to international. When they put the make it America.
So these are the opportunities.
Imagine.
Okay, so let's go to another issue before time between Diana.
So finally now the president arrived in New York.
It was a bounce. He went there bouncing. You know, President Bill the bluff.
A big man.
The president, the bluff. You know, you get a slight, footwear. They wear the bounce. He works soldierly.
Yes.
He works soldierly. But much as he works soldierly, he should also do things regimentally.
Okay.
No, you don't do things soldierly. You can work soldierly, no problem. But you have to do things regimentally.
Okay.
What I say regimental, that everything has to go by the military standards. By the military standards. For instance, when he became head of state, it's what happened. He promoted himself to Brigadier General straight away.
He did it by himself.
So that is not regimental enough. That is not regimental enough. That's not there. That is just an example.
Somebody go just
because you see, the man like Guinea, you see promote himself.
At all not.
No. Other man, the other way they don't take up on Burkina Faso. They have never promoted themselves.
No, you need for check back. Maybe he got the promotion.
No, who else could have promoted himself when he was the head of state? What's the other one? He was the one giving promotions. Yeah. So from captain to Brigadier General. Brigadier General. And now that is what he is known for. Retired Brigadier Julius Mada Bio. Doctor. Retired doctor. Retired Brigadier General Doctor Julius Mada Bio. They can add back Woni Bio. I mean, So anyway, he went to New York bouncing. And these are the 78th session of the UN General Assembly, and it is slated for the 18th to the 26th of September 2023. And the main highlights will be around the unprecedented setbacks in global cooperation and solidarity. Global warming caused by climate change, worsening levels of poverty and food insecurity, coupled with numerous conflict situations and military coups. When I say conflict situations, like what's happening now between China and Taiwan, where to an extent that China wants to go invade Taiwan, the America say for a mistake to go, we all go down there. So China anticipates they don't fight force. So they're not get mind for continue. For take action against Taiwan. They will see we'll see North Korea and South Korea. The North Korea man is not the fire missiles. Boom, bam, boom, all over the place. It's firing all over the place. They test all kind of weapons, ballistic weapons. So it is also happening at a time where we get serious global economic meltdown. When I say global economic meltdown, we get global economic crisis, of which Sierra Leone is feeling the brunt. So that make even this government get good justification for saying, well, what is happening here is not only in Sierra Leone, it is happening all over the place, and these are the factors responsible. Now, this one they say, like when the demonstrators, they say they are going to demonstrate concerning issues relating to hardship. The president should have gone on the air, on the media, for talking to the people there. Say, this is the situation. But you have a president that does not even talk to us. He just sits up, he just sits. I mean, the last time he came, he say, all the one that go demonstrate, not terrorists them. You know, you should have, these are your children. They are your children. I mean, so anyway.
This one of the topics they talk about the worsening global level of poverty.
Oh yes.
You know,
and food insecurity is very serious. And SALONE already stands as one of the poorest nations on earth,
and the hungriest.
And one among 3 countries were prone to the harshest effect of global warming. So now, the president is going to that assembly with big heads. One, as president of a country where just don't become where just don't get elected as a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council. And he is also the coordinator of 10 African heads of states. He is the coordinator, where the mission that foresee the reform of the United Nations Security Council. Right? Then also, he is the chairman of the African Peer Review Mechanism, APRM. So he has all those feathers.
And he has to lead by example.
Oh, they will see. And all of the entities there, democracy, openness, transparency, very crucial. Because even this African peer review mechanism, for ensure say African countries are able to move along the line, along.
You know, I don't feel say if I continue with some of the titles.
Well, he is it? Those are his titles. Those are his titles. Whether deserving or not is not for us to say. I mean, you know. But he's the chairman of 10 African heads of state. So you see now all this is for this I'm going to lose so much. I mean, you know, so anyway, he is also going to be talking to or having a lot of bilateral discussions with other heads of states, with other international institutions, such as the International Criminal Courts, right? He's going to have those bilateral discussions with them. He will spend some time in New York, and then after that, he will go to Washington. That's the headquarters, the capital city of the United States of America. Our president will be there. I mean, you know, and he's there with the First Lady of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Madam Fatima Bio.
Well, we wish them well. We hope that the engagements will be successful. We want to see whatever the outcome, it will impact positively back home now.
Yeah, exactly.
So now that's we will say for
exactly.
now.
Because you know, the UN General Assembly is a place you go and you go talk about what you do back home, based on all the global phenomena they are so, right? What are you doing to mitigate the effects on your people?
And when you make a strong case, you can get support.
Yeah, you have to make a very strong case, and you have to say that
not your lie.
No, that I don't talk something.
No,
line is bad. Line is bad. No, I don't know.
How is the situation they get for snake?
No, President, no, they said talk and do.
Talk and do.
Talk and do.
Yeah, they talk and do. That's about talk and do. Let go make a case where
most times
the situation currently.
No, most times when they go there,
go and just go sugarcoat.
You have to create a good impression.
Exactly.
You have to create a good impression that you are really working. And because this happens every year. So every year when you go there, they expect you to say something new in terms of development, in terms of achievements. So obviously when the president goes there, he goes with flowery words, some of which might not be true on the ground. Now I see what you are talking about. Now I see what you are talking about, really. But anyway, you just have to present a good case, I mean, for say yes, I'm doing my best, and then they say, well, this man is really fit to be what he is.
And so, just like the president, I see the first lady also put all the title there. Champion of this.
Oh yes. No, he's the fountain of honor. He's the fountain of honor. That is why the U.S. ambassador, the outgone, should not have left without going to
You still get issue with
the fountain of honor. Diana, we are talking about the fountain of honor.
So, no, forget about that. You need to ask him why he did not go there. Go collect the embassy. Why did he left with Anyway, on that note, we want to say thank you to you who joined me for the program Salone Talk on TDN Africa Media. We go there again on Friday for the last edition for this week. So join me again on Friday. Till then, Mina Diaspora Africa. And
Mina Theophilus Gbenda, they say thank you very much, Tona, for listening to our program and the following our Facebook page. You can also get me on YouTube, of course. Just type TDN Africa Media, and then when you see click and tap, you see all the information about TDN. So don't really bother to just go there straight and like everything there, share and subscribe. Thank you so much to Women Tijan for providing with technical support. Of course, we other colleague from Magoka, Ezekiel, they around. Is living today for go get more information from that part of the country. Then, of course, I want to say thank you so much to the CEO for creating this space, let people get credible and reliable information from Sierra Leone. And of course, I want to say thank you so much to the entire TDN team. Diana.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Fambo. Tata.